Welcome to Sunday School.
We hope you have a great time with us this morning.
Hello everyone and welcome to Sunday School. It is great to have you with us. As we get closer and closer to the Easter half term, we wanted to carry on our journey towards Easter. Fran last week spoke about Palm Sunday and how all the people praised Jesus as he came into the town and threw palm leaves on the ground. And we're going to pick up from that story and look at what Jesus did next. But before we do that, I thought we'd start with a quick game. So, as it is Easter, I've picked an Easter-themed game. In a second, you're going to see a video, and there's going to be two pictures that pop up on the screen, and you're going to have to spot the difference in each of them. So when they pop up, pause the video, see how many differences you can find, and then the answer will come up just afterwards. Does that sound easy enough? I'm sure you guys are going to smash it. Okay, I'll be back with you in a sec, but enjoy your Easter Spot the Difference. How did you do? Oh, that's amazing. You guys are so good at these games. Now, like I said earlier, we're going to pick up from our story last time at Sunday's Call, where Fran spoke about Palm Sunday. We're going to see what Jesus and his friends do next. So, let's watch the next part of our journey towards Easter together.
The story of Easter, the Last Supper. This is Jesus,
Heyo!
who is the Son of God and the Savior of the world. While Jesus was on earth, he taught everyone about God's love and healed people from their sickness. He did many miracles like calming storms and even raised people from the dead.
Wahoo!
At this time, the Jewish people were celebrating a festival called Passover that had been celebrated since the time of Moses, when God brought his people out of Egypt. So Jesus was going to Jerusalem to celebrate. The disciples asked Jesus where he wanted to eat the Passover meal that night. Jesus said, "As you go into the city, a man carrying a pitcher of water will meet you.
Hello.
Follow him. At the house he enters, say to the owner,
Hi.
The teacher asks, where is the guest room where I can eat the Passover meal with my disciples? He will take you upstairs to a large room that is already set up. That is where you should prepare our meal. The disciples found everything to be just as Jesus had said. Later that evening, Jesus arrived with the 12 disciples. They sat down to eat, and Jesus said that he was happy to be with everyone. As they were eating, Jesus took some bread and blessed it. He said, "Take it, for this is my body, which is given for you." Jesus told them to do this to help remember him. Then he took a cup of wine and gave thanks to God for it. And he said to his disciples, "This is my blood. It is poured out as a sacrifice to forgive the sins of many. Jesus said, "One of you eating with me here will betray me." He told them that things were supposed to happen this way, but that great sadness would await the one who betrays him. The disciples were very upset and asked, "Am I the one? Who is he talking about?" Judas asked Jesus, "Am I the one?" And Jesus said, "You have said it." One of the disciples asked Jesus, "Lord, who is it?" Jesus said it was the one who he would give the bread to. He gave the bread to Judas, and Jesus said, "Hurry and do what you're going to do." None of the others at the table knew what Jesus meant, so Judas left at once to betray Jesus. Then Jesus comforted and encouraged the disciples. He promised them that they would have a helper come when Jesus was gone. They all sang a song to God together.
Wow, that really was a roller coaster of a story. Jesus came together with his friends to celebrate and had an amazing time with him, but also knew that something really, really sad was coming soon. It must have been a roller coaster of emotions for him to be there, celebrating with his friends, eating and drinking together, a bit like a party that you would go to. But he knew that something was going to happen. One of his friends was going to let him down. One of his friends was going to go away and do something really, really bad. And Jesus knew that this would have really sad and bad consequences, things that will happen because of this. Something was going to happen to Jesus. That must have been really, really hard for him to deal with those really big emotions. But Jesus trusted God. In all of this and all the hard times leading up to it, the celebrations and all the scary things that were to come, Jesus trusted his Father in heaven because he knew that he loved him. And when we have to deal with those big emotions, those things where we feel a bit afraid or sad, or even when we feel happy and it's too exciting to hold it within, we know, or Jesus knew, and we hopefully will know, that there is a Father in heaven that loves us and can help us deal with those really big emotions. So you see, right at the end, Jesus was able to trust God and the people around him to sing a song of worship, just like we do at Sunday's call. He had so much trust in his Father in heaven for what he was going to do that he was able to sing a song with them all together. So I think that would be a really amazing thing for us to do now, to celebrate that we have a Father in heaven who is amazing, who loves us and can help us deal with those really, really big emotions, even when they feel overwhelming. So why don't we sing a song to God together?
Okay, everyone, so I hope you've got your instruments ready, whether you've found something that shakes, something that makes a big noise, something that makes a bang, or even something that makes a bit of a tune. But why don't you join in with this song? It's Our God is a Great Big God. And if you know the actions, you need to be doing them as big as possible. Okay. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. He's higher than a skyscraper, and he's deeper than a submarine. He's wider than the universe and beyond my wildest dreams. And he's known me and he's loved me since before the world began. How wonderful to be a part of God's amazing plan. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. He's higher than a skyscraper, and He's deeper than a submarine. He's wider than the universe and beyond my wildest dreams. And He's known me and He's loved me since before the world began. How wonderful to be a part of God's amazing plan. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. And He holds us in His hands. And He holds us in His hands. And He holds us in His hands.
Oh, that was amazing to sing to God with all of you. I hope you really enjoyed that and found some helpful things in our story and enjoyed our games. I really loved being at Sunday's Call with you. And if you've enjoyed it, there's two things that I will point out to you at the end of this video. The first thing is that coming up on Easter Sunday at our site over in Eckington, we have an Easter family breakfast where we're going to come together, we're going to have some fun, do some Easter egg hunts, learn all about the Easter story and have fun celebrating together. And you'll see more information about that on our social media pages, so do check that out and have a look at our website www.oakcc.org.uk. And the other thing I was going to say is similar. On our website, again, you'll be able to find some Easter activity packs. So if you're looking for something to do over the Easter holidays to find out a bit more about Jesus, to look at some games, some activities, some crafts, and even some baking, then have a look on our website and go to the Children and Youth resources page, and there'll be an Easter activity pack for you to do to enjoy over half term. So I hope you have a really good Easter, and Fran will be there to tell you the rest of the story that we've been building up to at our next Sunday School. But until then, I will see you really soon. Bye guys.